This is Homelink 911, two-digit multiplication two ways for grade 3 everyday math. Your child's class continues to practice the partial products algorithm and the lattice method, now with two-digit numbers and two-digit multiples of 10. Use the lattice method and the partial products algorithm. Alright, so we'll start with the lattice method. We're just going to fill in these boxes here. 3 times 0, nothing. 3 times 2 is 6. 0, 6. 8 times 0, again, nothing. And then 8 times 2 is going to be 16. And then we're just going to add across these columns. So 0, 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, and then nothing. So should be 760. Alright, and then if we use the partial products algorithm, we're going to have, we'll set it up 38 times 20. Okay, so we have nothing. And then we're going to say 2 times 30, which is going to be, or 20, we'll say 20 times 30, which is going to be 600, plus 20 times 16, which will be 160, because 2 times 6 is, 2 times 8 is 16. Except it's 20, so we have to add the 0 on the end. That's 760. Okay. Now, if we want to do the traditional algorithm, we can do 38 times 20, and then we just know that's a 0. And 2 times 8 is 6, carry the 1, and it'll be 760. So the answer is going to be 760 for that. Alright, for this one, let's do the lattice first. We'll set it up 50 times 17, just like this is set up. Then we'll multiply. 1 times 0, 1 times 5, 0, 5. And 7 times 0, nothing. 7 times 5 is 35, and then we're going to add 0, 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, and there's nothing there, so the answer should be 850. And let's try to set up the partial products. We'll do 17 times 50. Okay, so it's going to be 50 times 10, because this is actually a 10. 50 times 10, which is 500. And then 50 times 7, which is 350. And then we're going to get 850. Alright, or you can also use the traditional algorithm, which is 17 times 50. 0. 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3, and all the answers give us 850. It's a great way to check, too, to make sure. Alright, and then next, we have 90 times 62. 90 and 62. 6 times 0, 0. 2 times 0, 0. 2 times 9 is 18, and then 9 times 6 is 54. Now we're going to add across the columns. So we have 0, 8, 5, 5. So the answer should be 5,580. Let's check it. If we use the partial products method, we have 62 times 90. So we're going to say 90 times 60. So 9 times 6 is 54, but it's 90 times 60, so that's 5,400. Plus 90 times 2, that's going to be 180. That's 5,580, okay, which is the same. And we can also do traditional. 62 times 90, and that'll be 0. 18, carry the 1, 54, 55. So the answer for all of these is 5,580. Okay, now down here, you can, it says on the back of this page, use your favorite method to solve these problems. If you want to set up a lattice for these, you can. If you want to do a partial products, you can. If you want to do the traditional algorithm, you can. If you're setting up a lattice, you should draw it just like this. So it's 2 by 2. So you should draw boxes that look just like this. So there's 4 boxes, and then you should split those boxes right down there, just like the lattices above are split. So it can be kind of tricky to draw, but you have to keep it nice and even if you do that. So we just write 40 and 28, and then do your multiplication. 2 times 0, 8 times 0, 8 times 4 is 32, 2 times 4 is 8, that's a 0, and then you just add. So 0, 2, 11, carry the 1, okay, and then you want to do 1,120. So that's one way to do it. You do 28 times 40. What you're going to do, if you want to do it with a traditional algorithm, you would do 0. 8 times 4 is 32, carry the 3. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11. And you see you get the same answer. You get the same answer with partial products too. For this one, we'll do partial products. You could set up a lattice just like over here if you wanted. But we'll do 60 times 35. I like to set it up the other way. I like the 60 on the bottom. Okay, 35 times 60. So I'm saying 60 times 30. That's like 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, and then you add 2 zeros because it's actually 60 times 30. Alright, and then you're going to do 60 times 5, which is 300. And you should get 2,100. And then we'll check it with the traditional method. 35 times 60. You have 0. 6 times 5 is 30. Put down the 0, carry the 3. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21. 2,100 is the answer. So this is Homework 911, 2-digit multiplication 2 ways for grade 3 everyday math.